Welcome to another exciting episode of Doug's Electronic Repair Bench.
Afternoon, YouTube. Back here with you on this Marantz one more time. I'm in the process of trying to get these holes rounded out a bit. The screws that I found to fit in there are okay, but they stick out a lot past this. In other words, this is not flush. I don't have anything I can use to show you that, but you have to trust me that this where this outline is here. Around here is where the faceplate or dowel face or whatever you want to call it fits in, and this has to be pretty much absolutely flush. It can't be sticking up there because that dowel face has to hold flat against there. So I'm going to have to ground that out a bit with the router, or not the router, but the Dremel. And I think the only thing I've got that'll do that is a little round stone. So probably going to do that a little bit, and I'll come back and show you what I got. So we'll be back in a bit. Alright, I've got the screw flush now. Whoops, won't lose that. It fits in there nice and flush. So that will work fine. Now all I do is do the bottom one. There's quite a bit of difference in the size of the hole now compared to the bottom one. You can't really see the bottom one, but I'll show you here in just a second. Okay, there's the bottom one. You can see that size, and then we'll move up to the top. There's the top. So there's quite a bit of difference in the size of them, but it doesn't really matter as long as it's got plenty of backing there, and it does. So I just need to get this in, and so I can get on with this thing, get this faceplate on. Once I get the faceplate on, the rest of it's just a piece of cake. But it's just a matter of buttoning it up and all that stuff. So, and this, I was a little mistaken on this. There are two tabs, one here and one down here. I don't know if you can see that or not, but it's down there. They fit into these two grooves here. And once that's in, that holds the bottom in, and this piece here, once it's bolted in, it clamps on the front of it and also presses against the back of it to where it holds it in. So there's really nothing, no glue that holds it in. Whatever's here is left over from the other one. I'm not going to bother putting any more back, but that should hold it in. Once it's screwed in, it'll be steady. I don't know if you can see that, but let me get something to point with. This here is cement or glue, whatever you want to call it. It comes down around here. And if you look at the, well, I haven't got the back of it out here, but let's see if I can get it out quick. You'll see just one little strip of that glue on there. And it really doesn't affect it too much. I think it just basically overlays the top of it a little bit to hold it in there once it's in there. And then I think it's a matter of getting it set to the right spot. And there's even a little line right there where it goes. You can see there's a line right across there. Hard to see when I don't hold the camera right. There's a line right there that indicates where that goes. And you put that in there, and I think it's just a matter of putting some glue around it. I don't think there's anything that actually goes on the back of it. Anyway, that's what I'm going to do, and that'll take a while for it to set up and stuff. But once it's set up, I think it'll be fine. So now we're moving on to, like I say, I've got this hole done here. Move on to the bottom hole. And once we get that, we'll get that piece in there, and then the rest of it, like I said, it's not too bad after that dowel face goes in there. It should be pretty easy to do, I think. I'm hoping. Like I said, it's just a matter of putting the bottom on, put the other piece on. Well, I do still have to fix this, but that can be done while the rest of it's drying too. And it looks the same on that. It looks like that was put in there, and that glue is just sort of dabbed around it to hold it in. It's not really pressed against anything like that. So I think that's all that holds that in. So we will get that done too and see what happens. So hang on and I'll bring you back for more. Alright, back again. Pardon the no tripod, but this is going to be trying to get 2 pictures of this in one shot. So as you can see, my pointer, the screw is in. It is sticking up a bit. I'm either have to tighten it down a little bit more or try to shave a little off with the Dremel. But one way or the other, it's gonna be okay. This end, same thing, screws in. And if we look at the back of this, we will notice everything is in place here. The plastic piece is in as it should be. This is all lined up. The pointer slides very easily down the bar there like it's supposed to. These wires here, I wish that where they were down underneath there, but they're fine like they are. But I may put a twist tie on there to keep them out of the way of the pointer. And once I get the light bar in there and get that all set up, then I'll have it made then. So next step will be getting the dial plate back in, and like I said, I'm gonna have to grind down the screw head just a hair to get them to work out right. I don't think it'll fit in there right unless I do. I may put them in there and test fit it. I may just grind off a little bit of it. It'd be easier to actually grind off a little bit of the back of the dial plate, but like I say, I'll work on it, get it right one way or the other. But just want to bring you back for that little bit, and like I said, next step will be getting that dial plate in, and if I need to grind them down, that'll be the next step, I guess. So bring you back when I have more. I just wanted to show you this while I had it out here, set it in there. It's sitting in there where it's supposed to be right now. It doesn't look like it's held out that much here. I think it might be just fine like it is. Go ahead and I know the pointer works. I'm pretty sure it does anyway. It's nice and smooth all the way down through there, and I don't think it'll hang up on the middle thing now. Nope, works perfect. So that's all we need on that. And like I say, I'm going to dab some glue in there. I don't know whether I'll use wood glue. Try to dab that in, because it dries pretty hard, and it'll hold its whatever it's like against, I think. And I may try that first and see what happens. But just wanted to let you know that that's what it's going to look like when it's done. Of course, the faceplate's got to go on, the whole big faceplate. But just thought I would bring you back for that, and I may not bring any more updates. I don't know for sure. If I do, because the next thing I'm going to do is be gluing that in, and really there's not much to see after that until maybe tomorrow after it sets. Once the glue sets, I can go ahead and double check, make sure everything's good, and if it is, I can go ahead and start assembling the rest of this. I think the next thing to go in is that light bar. Put that back in like it's supposed to be, and then we'll go from there. So that's about all I've got for now, guys. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.